Cause the restrooms are already.
Right, it should. What's your thoughts, Kyle?
I agree. There's no sense of doing that if there's not gonna be anything going on out there, you know?
When it's gotta be paid? Premium.
There's no date.
There's no
Whenever
date.
when we want to
Okay.
change it over. George said when we want
But
to
we were
change it
just
over.
doing this in case of inclement weather or something
Right.
come through or
Right.
vandalism, right?
Mhm. I just say we wait,
Yeah.
hold off
For the
till
building.
ball league season, see what they get a league in town, then see if they wanna chip in on half the.
And they said they want to pay half of it and then we would pay the other half.
And I'm
That's
fine
what
with
was
that. And I'm
determined.
fine with that.
Yeah,
So wait till they
We just need to
pay
talk with them.
their half. So
yeah, yeah.
That way we'll know
Yeah.
that they don't have them already.
Right.
I have a suggestion, since you're talking about that, you need to look at the doors going into the concession stand and the equipment room, they're shot. They won't latch, got trash barrels sitting up against them right now, you've seen them. They won't latch either, they're wooden frame doors in a block building, and that's not good. You need
No.
steel metal frames.
Okay, so we'll table that till,
Well,
Yeah.
wonder what they, when you have that, yes. Can we at least know what we're dealing with?
yeah, you could do that.
Can you get us prices on doors?
Last price I got was about $1,000 per door.
Yeah, I'm not-
Frame.
I'm not surprised.
Now,
Let's
that's
get-
stories,
Yeah,
which that's cheaper than benchmark,
yeah,
but I don't think you wanna go back to wooden frame, because it's gonna
No.
last about as long as it takes to put it in.
Yeah.
I can get fresh prices for you.
yeah, if you would, please do.
Sure. You want to do two and then maybe the bathroom two the next year or something, maybe.
Yeah,
just
that's-
price on two.
yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see if they continue having a ball league there.
Mhm.
Uh,
Well,
Still gotta get the door secured.
I'm still gonna
Oh,
maintain
yeah.
the building. We still have to maintain the building, you know?
Yeah.
So does someone want to make a motion and?
I'll make a motion that
Yeah,
we
well-
hold off until the ball league starts, and in the meantime, Brett can get us prices on some doors.
I'll second that.
Yeah.
All in favor?
I,
Motion carried. Okay, town cleanup letters. Waiting on weather to warm up to complete cleanup. What do you guys think about that?
well, you can't do much right now.
No.
As far as cleaning up the.
Right. Supposed to, potential snow
Yeah.
again this week.
Yeah,
Just wait till the weather clears and.
yeah, you can't expect them
And then,
Yeah.
too much right now.
and
Yeah.
also the ones that had.
Yeah.
cleaned up yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The next on the agenda, old business is, new shop progress update. You got any of that, Brent?
Alan said the other night, it was something, the loan grant for people that approved their part, they're waiting on the state now. That was last Thursday one.
Maybe John come in later, we'll get some more off, yeah. Okay. Still working on employee handbook with the help of town attorney. Cause he'll be late getting here, he's had another meeting.
He's about got it done. I think after this night, once you look at the ordinance for pay, I think he'll have it done.
Okay. And letter E went to new business, so we would letter F. Clerk and treasurer working on creating an update Facebook page for town of Dana. She's still trying to get that booked in the schedule.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that in my schedule, but I do have this Facebook. page. I gotta add a page, so we don't have a page. So I'm halfway there, but not all the way yet.
And we're still waiting on report from approval for Newtown shop. IRS overdue payments, we're still working on payment plan on that, anyway.
We are, but if you look in your paperwork, you will see. There should be in there, you have this. Maybe not, I'll just have it down there. This is how much we owe the IRS. That is what Kevin got when Kevin went to the IRS.
$107,124.29.
Yeah.
Wow.
So much.
That is a lot.
So what kind of payment plan are we looking at? How many years?
Well, that's the thing.
We want to do it 3?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Kevin's going to go to them and you can defer one payment, just one. And he's going to get one deferred. And then from that, he said he would recommend us knocking out, and depending on what our budget allows, one payment, you know, like every month we knock out
Yeah.
one of our back payments.
Okay.
So I don't know how you guys want to do it. You might want to wait for Scott a little bit because, you know,
He was still gonna look into that.
yeah,
a
he's
little
gonna-
more what-
yeah, and we're pushing things on budgets.
I'll
So-
circle that and we'll come back to that when he's here.
Okay.
You did
I
it.
have an answer from the architect or engineers on that building, if you like that.
Yeah.
It is an state revolving loan fund, has approved the per addendum environmentally and technically. We're just waiting on the public notice to be published on December 17th. That's straight from the engineer.
Which that's next week, ain't it? Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
should be holidays for my birthday.
yeah,
Well,
okay. New business.
I was just gonna say on this IRS stuff, we did 36 months, that's $3,000 a month almost, 2,975 a month. That's no interest, you know, included in it. That's a lot.
Mhm.
Cause have talked before about wanting to clear that up, and then we said 2 to 3, and that's a lot.
Use it. You got that based on 2 or 3 years.
Oh, that's on 3 years,
That's on 3 years.
$2,979 a month, or a month.
It'll take that long to get it.
Yeah, it'll be 3 years. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot, you
Yeah.
know, for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
It'd be a minimum 3 years.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it for 4 years. Was that one?
But there was also sales tax too, wasn't there, due sales tax, Michelle?
Yeah, there's sales tax, that's
Yeah.
totally separate.
And this is
issue.
not counting the sales tax, this is just
It's not
the
counting the
IRS.
Yeah.
IRS.
And
So-
4 years is 2231 month, so
Yeah.
that doesn't really, make it that much better.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll talk to Scott about that. You hear the legal advice. Okay, new business. The board to vote on Patty Kronovich's pay.
Do you have a paper?
There's a piece of paper here, it's,
Okay.
what's it, $25 an hour, up to 15 hours a week.
Some weeks she doesn't work that way,
Okay.
but up to 15.
I'll make a motion to bring her on,
Okay.
We got a motion.
I didn't hear what the motion was, I'm sorry.
to bring Patty Kronovich
Oh,
on this.
I'll second that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have the help.
$25 an hour for 15 hours per week.
Yeah, so,
We need her.
Right.
She's great help, ain't she?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. The next thing is board to vote on the town employee pay. I got it right here. I'm gonna read it out so everybody knows what it is. It's public notice. Town council members, $1,287 annually. Clerk treasurer, $13,244.66 annually. And that's paid bi-weekly from the general. Utility bookkeeper, which is Michelle, she gets $26,489 annually. That's paid bi-weekly with 50% from water and 50% from the sewer. Assistant clerk treasurer, which is the water clerk, gets paid $18.06 an hour. Street superintendent and labor gets $15.01 per hour. Street superintendent and labor clothing allowance $500 a year. Part-time help is $14 per hour. Town marshal is $26.25 an hour. Town marshal clothing allowance is $500 a year. And
I
motion accept.
make the motion to accept. You
I'll
accept.
second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We need to sign one of these, Michelle.
Uh-huh.
You can sign one, I'll start it out.
Okay. The board needs to vote on giving Bob Brandon a stripping for boots.
Second.
Stepping for boots.
So I make a motion.
How much did we say that was? How much did we say that was?
What was it, 250?
Somewhere around 200 to 250.
Okay,
I think that's what he
I'm
said.
fine with that.
That's a year, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
22nd.
Okay,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.
So 250, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Board needs to vote on hiring reserve police officer. You guys thought on that? Like, I think we always about to push it and see what goes on before we hire one.
okay.
But you guys
What
thought
was that again?
hiring reserve?
Yeah.
Wait till after push a year.
Yeah, we could do that. Wait,
That's
yeah, at least in the
Yeah.
first year, yeah.
Well, I'm okay with making the motion, just not hiring anybody, but, it doesn't matter to me. I'll go with whatever. But yeah, we need to see where our finances are kind of
right.
before we start hiring people.
All right.
So we're on table that.
And table that.
Yeah.
Board needs to vote on longevity, pay, and a cap.
Longevity.
You know, we've got to get money coming back in to the town. I don't, normally maybe I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I think for now, and we'll have to see if it's feasible, I would just soon, at the first of the year, do away with
With the cap, yeah.
it myself.
Right.
I mean,
I mean, with the,
But
you can't,
what they got accumulated, they start get.
yes, yeah,
Right, they'll start
Yeah, but
getting
just suspend the increases. Is that what you're saying?
no,
Or
I,
suspend them all together?
I would suspend it altogether. It might be such a thing, once the town gets
square
all their
away
feet
financially.
squared away, maybe we could initiate something like this again, but that's just my feelings on it.
I'm fine with that.
But I say, do it this year, you know, and then starting next year, it's gone. That's it. I mean, he's, for a
Until
couple
we-
of years till we get things
So
squared
you get
away.
financially stable.
Yeah, if we have to see
Before
where
that.
we're at, like 2, 3
Right,
years.
right.
I'm
that's
on
fine.
Cindy for them out of work here right now. But if me making $15 an hour, that's not in the city. If I didn't have a retirement coming in, there ain't nobody gonna take this job for $15 an hour.
No,
I'm sorry, and I know you're in a pinch, but don't take it away.
oh, yeah.
Cap everybody at 500 or 1,000 or something, but don't take it away.
Well, could you just like hold off for a couple of years till we get more?
What incentive
information?
would anybody have to stay here? If I wasn't here, say you had a younger person, what incentive would they have to stay here for $15 an hour?
Yeah.
Seriously. None of you'd work for $15 an hour.
Right.
No, I wouldn't.
I'm just saying, I know you're in a pinch, but you're putting GPS trackers on vehicles and then you're taking our boat or longevity away. That's not good. I'll speak up for all of us. I'm
My
just
point
saying.
is that if the town's gonna spend $2,000 a year on GPS trackers for the vehicles, but then you're gonna take away our longevity pay for us being here and being dedicated to the town. I mean, we could have used that $2,000, otherwise, I mean, and I get it that the town is a business basically, but it's also a town that, you gotta think about your employees too. I mean, because if you're trying to make it more difficult for your employees and you don't want them to stay here, then just say that. I mean, and that's, those employees can leave, but it's like, you're willing to spend the money to track us, the vehicles. And if you just want the truck parked here, I can park it here tonight. I can find somebody to come pick me up and I can leave it here. And, if it's a thing that you guys are just trying to see where the vehicle's at, I mean, I have no problem parking it here. I mean, that's $2,000 you could save on that.
Where else? I don't know of any other place that pays longevity pay.
But they pay more than $15 an hour.
Not every place does,
Not your
but that's,
universals or any place like that.
Your- Your longevity pay comes on a lot of the police departments. I don't know about street departments, but your longevity pay comes with as a stipend, at the end of the year. Like I know, the city police and the sheriff's department, they do that longevity as part of as a raise every year. We haven't got a raise in years here. It's been several years since I've got a raise. I mean, and that's the way that they work it. So I know that that's the way that most police departments do. And most police departments, it's like, I know that this is a part-time, gig, a small town, but like that pay goes into like the vehicle to be able to drive that vehicle and stuff like that. And, little things like that. That's how they keep people like that. So it's just, I'm not trying to be, argumentative or anything, but I'm just saying that you guys want to spend the money on putting trackers and little things like that on the vehicles, but yet then you want to take away the money from us to pay for that stuff. And I mean, I have a question. So before, my position was a salary position. So now it's an hourly position. Is that what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I start turning in a timesheet, so I could work 40 hours here and then you're gonna pay me that, right? I mean, I know that we talked about in the meeting the other day that I have to work, 20 hours, at least 20 hours a week. So if I put in 40 hours one week, then that's what you gotta pay me, right?
Yes.
Because there's no cap on how many hours that I work. So like, I say that I wanna work 40 hours,
Well,
then
well, no, your time says your contract says 20 hours. So you therefore owe the town 20 hours.
Mhm.
But if you go beyond your 20 hours because you have to, there's, overtime, but it's not overtime yet because you're not at 40 hours. You're not overtime because you're past 40 hours. So, but you would get paid for that, yes, you would.
Right,
So
so-
you can't control that. Like you might have to, it might be an emergency. You might go beyond your hours and for sure the town has to pay you. They can't not pay you if you work over. They have to do that.
I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, before, ever since I started this position in 2007, it's been a salary position. So now it's an hourly position. So I'm just trying to figure out now. So now we are, sorry, I didn't mean to throw that at you. So, but so I'm just trying to figure out. So now if I go over those 20 hours, the town pays me for, that hourly rate anytime I go over, right?
Yeah, so if
So-
you
I would
work,
assume-
you work,
I would
your
assume so,
hourly,
yeah.
you
So
work
then we'd be
21
obligated.
hours, you get paid for 21 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would recommend that you would not put the longevity from them, but you would put a cap on it.
And I thought that's kind of what we discussed,
And I
wasn't it?
thought that's what you discussed too.
That's fine.
Well, maybe we ought to discuss among ourselves a little more before.
What we're gonna do,
What was that again? I'm sorry.
what are you gonna do about that pay?
I mean, we do need our employees, and I get we need to cut corners and stuff, and I know we need to really watch our money, but we can't just, the only way we cut corners can't just be from taking from our employees. There has to be other ways to cut corners. And I feel like we have cut from them. We took them to hourly. Misty, her hours had to go down to 2 days a week. And I really just feel like it would just really be hard on that if we just completely took their, longevity away from them. You should at least consider giving them there. And actually there are other towns that do that, by the way, because I'm part of AIM and they all discuss what they pay their different towns pay different things. Some towns don't pay longevity. Some towns do pay longevity. Some pay this amount and some pay that amount. It depends what's within your budget. Our budget is tight though. I will say this, we are this close by $6,000 to bankrupting our sewer account when we pay our sewer payment. Just so you guys are aware of that. I mean, it's that close. And that's just our sewer payment coming in January. We also owe $100,000 to the IRS. We owe $40,000 to sales tax. And that it doesn't include going forward. That is what we owe in back. So I'm just saying that we are getting very. So that's why I recommend a cap and not take it from the employees. And
Okay.
everybody works something out together.
I can understand that. I can see that.
But you guys do what you
Because I'm,
That's where we were.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. Keeping it longevity. Put a cap on it, but
You have to
longevity.
vote for you have to decide the cap.
We'll have to
Yeah.
make a vote
I think we
What are
talked
we
about
voting on
20
there?
years on the cap.
on E.
at one
cap.
time.
I know, but
Last
what,
time we did.
what's our options here?
You wanna put a cap on it?
Well, I felt
Keep
like
giving
this,
to
I
them?
feel like this is kind of different from what we talked about in the executive session. I was under the opinion we were gonna cap it and, where it was. And for several, couple, 3, 5 years and see where it leads from there. But I personally don't think it's right to take it away. I personally don't think it's right to take it away. I mean, it's something they already have. We've got good employees and, from my point of view, I don't want to lose it. But that's my opinion.
Okay. Need a motion either way.
I'll make a motion to cap it where it is.
Sorry, where is it?
I need a
So
second.
where it is that that the cap is now at CD Sprint, so yours would still go up.
I don't
So
care
you
about
would,
that. I just,
like, just so,
okay. Whatever you figure out there.
I got a second.
Yeah, so I get it.
A second. Any opposed?
Opposed?
Yeah.
I'm opposed.
Surprise.
Made a motion.
The votes 3-1.
I was just saying.
It is a thing.
Okay. Okay. Section F, board to vote on and announce new town hall hours starting January 26th. What your thoughts on the hours?
I hadn't really thought about it. What are they now?
Well, they're Monday through Thursday from 8:30 to 3. But you took Misty down to 2 days a week. So, and what days are those gonna be? Mondays and Wednesdays, Mondays and
I
Thursdays?
thought we said Tuesdays
Whatever.
and Wednesdays, didn't we?
I think it's Monday and Tuesdays.
Really?
No, I thought it
Mondays
was
and Wednesdays.
Mondays and
Yeah,
Wednesdays.
Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was supposed to be.
I would show up with too much in anyhow, so.
Right.
So Mondays and Wednesdays from 8:30 to 3.
For Misty.
Well, for office hours.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm here usually 5 days a week and someone knocks on the
Yeah.
door and I hear them all the
Yeah.
But the actual office hours,
Is that what it was?
8:30 to 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to motion on that.
So if someone,
I'll make a motion to
Need a second?
accept the new hours.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, pass. Okay. Okay, we'll go back to the section H, since Scott's here. The overdue payment on a payment plan.
IRS.
I don't know anything more than you guys do.
Okay,
I heard anything new, have you?
no, I just think, I don't, when Kyle was doing figuring, it's gonna be if we did a 3-year plan. with
20.
them, it'd be like 3,000 a month.
2975, and that didn't include any interest.
Yeah, no, for interest.
4-year plan was like 2231.
Yeah, that's really more of a Kevin Dixon thing than me, because he's the one who's been dealing with him, I think.
Yes, and he's gonna have to go to him and talk to him. He's also gonna get one payment deferred.
Yeah.
So he hasn't done that yet, so we gotta wait on that. And then also, I think we should wait until also we're gonna have a meeting soon, with the USDA, a team's meeting. So,
Well,
I mean, so we know where all, some of our payments are gonna be.
Yeah, well, that one, most of that's probably based on what you and I talked about today, where people paid for, probably most of that money is gonna have to come out of, general fund, NDH, places like that, because that's where most of your payroll is.
And
Some of it
that's,
comes out of utilities, but
I had another question just hit me. Is that what we owe, or is that what we owe plus penalties?
that's plus penalties and interest.
Any way of getting those penalties
One
absolved?
of them, yes, the rest of them, no.
How much are we talking in penalty we can get rid of there? Is it
I didn't have
minuscule?
the number, I just had the big number, I didn't have the breakdown.
Okay,
So there is a possibility, that's a possibility, we're gonna have to come up with a plan.
correct.
But the emergency backup plan, or the thing we could hope for is that there is some kind of claim against the bond or the insurance. Now, it's not gonna pay the taxes themselves, because you owe those, and that's not a.
Right, that's not
Penalties and
negotiable.
interest, maybe arguably should
The
be
bond.
covered by bond, because you shouldn't have those.
Correct.
And that was a mistake made by somebody. And
Right.
so that somebody's bond ought to
Cover it, yeah,
cover
yeah.
their.
That's why you paid that, yeah.
So George Smith was at that meeting, who's our insurance agent. Now, I thought of it tonight. I was like, I haven't heard anything from George either. So I don't know if he submitted something. Have you heard anything from his insurance? But in the meanwhile, we need to have
It's like this, Kyle. That number right there, that circle, that is what Kevin, he said he's gonna try and get that one deferred.
Right.
And that is the highest. Well, there's more than one that exact amount, but, you know,
Well, it looks to me like assessed. Hold on there.
This ain't on the agenda.
I know, I didn't have to put it on the agenda, I just got it, yesterday,
Okay.
so you don't have to talk about it.
Yeah,
You can do it next meeting.
It looks like the interest is 23,000 out of that. So, I mean, that would take quite a bit away. I mean, that would make it 84,000 instead of 107. And is FTP the penalty?
I don't know. I didn't.
If that's the case, there's another 11,500 that goes away.
But I
So then
thought
you're down to
that said
70
no.
or 60.
Doesn't go away. It go if the insurance pays.
Yeah, so that would take us down to like 72 or something. No, 68. So it may not be as bad as we're thinking. The optimist is coming out.
The next thing on new business, she didn't have time for it on the agenda. Time clock. We had to look at price of time clocks. You wanna explain this, Michelle, since we talked to him?
You can, if you look at the very back page. So it's got the yellow highlighted like this. There, it starts giving different pricing.
Yeah, I see it.
Right here it is.
So it's this page right here
And
on, in this red,
18,
in this.
36, so that's 70,
next to the last page.
$80.51.
Just fun. It's all good. Second time I threw it tonight, so.
So that's 36 and
What it's saying is your
44,
five
so that's
employees is
$80.
18 bi-weekly per payroll. Or if you use a mobile app or you use your desktop computer to log in, or a tablet, they said some people use tablets. Then it's different pricing. I haven't really had time to look at that, but it's different pricing and it will be more if you bought the time clock. If you use a phone clock in, it can ping where you clock in at and where you clock out. It does not track the mail, it doesn't tell you where your employees spend that day or anything like that. So it's $36 extra a month to do that. Or you can keep things the same, how they are now, and have no fee. Or you can use Brent's time card thing he's got down in his office and put it here and people can use that, and that's free too. I'm just saying, there's the free version, or these are the keys.
I like free.
Right.
Does it integrate with ADP?
This does integrate with ADP. That is a nice feature. It will automatically enter their time into into their system. It will automatically enter in their sick time, their vacation time, all of that. However, technically we only have one full-time employee, which is Brent, so he's the only one with earning comp time, he's the only one vacation or sick time.
Yeah.
If you have a really busy weeks and you get a lot of 40 hours of food or something, then we're in there too. But
Keep doing what they're trying to do.
and it's currently right now $69 every 2 weeks to just run payroll period. So this would go on top of that. ADP charges us $69 every 2 weeks to run payroll.
So if we add the $18 bi-weekly, that makes our monthly total $174 a month.
Can I be the goat in the crowd and ask a question? How much would Kevin Hickson charge to write payroll? It's gotta be that cheap, or that price or cheaper.
Oh no, Kevin's gonna charge more than that to be payroll.
It's $70, what it is? Just 3 to 4 people? That'd be more than that is. 5 people maybe.
And I do the payroll. And the reason I enter it into ADP is just our accounting system. I enter the numbers into ADP.
And it does,
That's no different than if Kevin has
It pays
to.
the taxes and all that.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and they automatically pay the taxes, but I didn't implement ADP. It was implemented before I got here.
Mhm.
So I'm just using the system that I have.
Sure. Well, I wasn't anything about you. I was just wondering what, you can send it
No,
to
I
an
know.
accounting firm or go through the computer, which way's cheaper? You still got to do all the legwork on the computer for you to ask.
Right, but I'm
Yeah,
just
for years.
seven is not really any cheaper.
Which, I don't know, we can get that done any cheaper.
No.
Now, the absolute cheapest way, if you wanna go the cheapest way, would be to get rid of ADP and go back to how you had it before, which was,
Why we're in that,
No shit, by the payroll module for key funds.
Yeah.
oh, that's right. Well, I was gonna say, that's why we're in this tax mess too.
Right. That's
And then
fine.
you run it, yeah, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta buy the, you can do it, but you have to buy the key fund module. You have to buy.
And it was cheaper to do this than it was to buy the key fund module, yeah.
oh, it was?
Oh, yeah.
Key fund module's a couple grand a year,
Oh,
2,500 a
okay.
year, something like that.
But ADP takes out the unemployment tax and all that stuff out
And
of
they
it.
pay it.
Yeah,
And
Yes,
they pay
they-
for us.
Right.
for us, yeah. So
Right,
that's-
they do that, right.
yeah. So
and that was kind of a,
that keep us out of this mess we got into now.
The only thing they don't do is enter the time in. I do it.
right,
If you have the automatic time card, they would do the time too. I wouldn't even have to do the time.
Which give you more time to do something else.
right. God, I can't get it out of my head.
Well, it would, but I still have to enter it into our accounting system. into
Right.
the key fund. No matter what, I have to. That's another thing, Brent. No matter what,
So
I have to enter
the tablet
everyone's pay
and
in
the
our
phone is $250
accounting
per
system.
employee per month.
Right.
When that come up to,
Well, I think that's at $18.
is it $18?
Isn't it $18 a pay on top of what we already pay?
Yes, on top of what we already pay.
And that totals like,
That's with the phone. Doing it, having them on the phone. I don't even know. Does Bob have a phone, Brent,
Flip
that
phone.
he can use
Flip phone.
for, will that work for the apps?
Is it a smartphone? It has to be a smartphone.
It's flip phone.
Yeah, I
At the
that's
camera
probably
smartphone.
a smartphone. I don't know if Bob's phone.
well, then we're talking about phones for everybody, and that's another big can of worms. Cause it's only, if it's $18 every 2 weeks, that's only $432 annually. So, I mean, that's doable, but if we're talking about phones and all kinds of other stuff, then I don't think it's,
What you guys start on?
Well, it isn't really that much more.
no. Only $430 a year. So I'll make a motion to do the app-based time clock with $18 every 2 weeks.
I'll second it.
We'll ask Chef and Bob, make sure he's got a smartphone, his Android.
Yeah, maybe he can use another person's phone, smartphone to, you
But
know,
you have to have it.
could he do that with your?
Business at the shop, I assume to clock out.
Or you can do it to where you buy a tablet. and
Oh, wait a minute,
clock
it also
out.
says computer. You guys got a
Yeah.
computer down there? It might be easier just to buy a computer for down there.
We get the new shop, we could probably shoot it over here and get the signal even. For
So the
sure.
computer's only a few $100.
Yeah.
That way they can just log in on the computer.
Yeah.
Cause they're always going to the shop, you know, or he's always going to the shop before he's going
Mhm.
to work.
Yeah.
That's another way around it.
Yeah.
They say most people they'll use a tablet
Right.
instead of a computer.
Well, that'd just be a cheaper computer.
Yeah, some tablets are cheaper version of computer.
So like Brent said, you might be able to catch the Wi-Fi from here, even if from the new shop.
But what about CV? I mean,
You can use phone.
Use phone.
okay, well, I'll have to ask them because I don't know if they have it integrated where some can use a phone, some use a tablet. I think. Okay.
I think it says that right here, but it's or. I think it says
I don't know
or.
if you can,
Use your own iPad, Android
I don't know,
tablet.
if one person can do this and one person can do that. I think either everybody uses their phones or everybody uses the tablet or everybody uses a computer. I don't know. I'll ask them. We'll see.
It says includes mobile app and desktop computer
Yeah.
clock in.
Yeah.
So it says and.
Okay,
So I would think it would be either or,
okay.
but I'm just speculating.
I get the same app I got on my phone. Cause I can check my vacation days and put in vacation day and stuff like that on my
Okay.
phone. I can do it on my phone or computer, either one,
Okay.
as long as you got the app.
So we got that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the app. That's the main
You
thing,
got
yeah.
that.
Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see. That makes sense.
You wanna make a motion?
I made a motion for that $18 every 2 weeks.
Second,
One second, that, right?
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now to financial reports. Okay, this is here, ain't it, Michelle?
That is how much money you have in the actual bank.
Okay. Right now, wastewater, we got $71,194.67. Bond and interest, we got $12,581.42. Payroll. Yeah, first, 19,000 something. in Payroll.
No, payroll you have,
There's a balance there. It's like a-
Current balance is
That's
84.34.
current balance?
Yeah.
Okay, the balance is $8,434.71.
right,
Okay, so and then, general fund, we got $195,000 $912.01. The water fund, we got $65,571.79. That's to cover us, what, all next year?
Well, this is what we've got so far. I mean, we haven't got, yeah, this is what, for this year, what we have. But you'll get, more money next year. Starting in January. But then you also have $18,319.74 in your savings account.
So there's
They're
18,
running on there, Marty.
18 grand in savings.
Savings.
Oh, okay.
It's if this just was, I don't change out with their line items, that's coming up to you.
Okay. Water report. Water, we billed, this in gallons. 644,434. And we pumped
That'd be nice.
1,031,800 gallons.
The loss is creeping back up.
Yeah.
16%.
6% off. We need it more. Now 13 on it.
Gary never said anything, his wife checks it daily, so. I'm not sure.
Okay. And,
It's real small. I know.
one month might be an anomaly too. It might just be the way. There's no ridiculous days. No, there's no days that stand out. There's one that's, yeah, that's what, or,
50,000 gallons.
yeah. Well, and the 23rd, 50,000 as well.
Yeah.
And 11th was 52. 4th was 52. Wonder why those days are so much more than the rest of them. We're back pushing. Huh. Just need to keep an eye on it.
Anything else on the water report? Any more questions? Okay. Sewer report. Collect and analyze all required samples and submitted monthly discharge warning reports and monthly operation reports. Perform daily testing and process control adjustments. Service equipment clean in the control building. Clean wheels on secondary clarifier. Clean several rags of sanitary debris from aerobic digester. Cold pump at Parkwood lift station and remove rags, then reinstall. I don't know how rags get from there.
It's this one, Marty.
Anything from public safety?
So I emailed my monthly report and my dailies to you. I don't know if you want me to continue, that's how I've done it in the past. Since you were over public safety, so I don't know if you want me to continue doing that or just send them to Michelle.
Yeah, it'd probably be easier to
Okay.
send them to Michelle.
Okay.
I mean, I can get on and then.
That's fine. So yeah, I'll start sending those to you. So it's just a monthly report of what I've done for the month, how many miles I've been on the truck, things like that, so. With that, I know that we went to, or we're gonna go to a new time clock or something like that, so, but I know that the State Board of Accounts has never had an issue with the monthly report and the daily stuff that I've used before. So I don't know, I mean, that's something new, that's fine, but I mean, I know that in the past, they've never had an issue with that paperwork that I've turned in before, so. And then, so the hourly position, so my position went to an hourly now. When does that start on the hourly position? When's that gonna take effect instead of being salary?
First year.
First of the year, okay. So, and then we'll know then by then how you want me to clock in or clock out, right?
Yeah.
So, because I mean, it's something I'll have to figure out too before that starts here in a couple weeks, so. Sorry, I made notes here. I know the town's wanting to put on a reserve. So, I mean, I'm all for it if that's what the town wants. I just, like we discussed, there's a lot of expense that's gonna be in putting on a reserve for the town. I mean, between equipment, stuff like that, even if you get someone that's already like, that works for the sheriff's department or, for another police department, it's gonna be still quite a bit of, expense because you're gonna have to buy all new equipment for that person and stuff, whether it's uniforms and a firearm and computer and, things like that. So there's just a lot. I mean, I'm all for it. That's what they want to do. I mean, and then like we share a vehicle, I just want the town to realize that it's gonna create a slower response because we'll have to have it parked up here. I know each one of us have a key, and so if someone is here in town, they can still get here, but even like in the wintertime, it's gonna be parked up here, behind the town hall. So then if the windows are frosted over, if there's snow on it and stuff like that, it's gonna be a slower, because then I gotta drive all the, from my house here to town and get it warmed up before I can get to it, or even if someone that lives out of town or in town, whoever the town, picks. And then, is the town want to put on a reserve? Is it a paid position or is it a free position that, so then my other question is there gonna be an interview? You're gonna take applications? We're gonna do that? Or
We
is it,
haven't got that far with
Yeah, I was
it.
so I'm just
Yeah.
asking, I mean, because if
Yeah.
I'm gonna be, if I'm gonna be in charge of that person,
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
am I gonna be set on that board to interview people?
I
and
would think so,
appoint
yeah.
something,
Yeah.
I would think so.
Because I mean,
I would think it'd be.
trying to think of what else.
So they have to have their own computer CD. Can I take notes?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it'd be easier, but I mean, if the town doesn't want to do that, I mean, it'll be a thing like if I have to approve, like, so say that John Smith you hire as a reserve, if they arrest someone, then I'll have to approve. If they arrest somebody here in town, then I'll have to approve that probable cause and case report before it gets sent to the prosecutor's office. So I'll have to review it. So if, say, John Smith arrests somebody, then if we have to share, then he'll have to call me at home. Then I'll have to come here to meet with him. And then do it on the same computer, and then, submit it to the prosecutor's office and email it. So if it's easier, if I'm sitting at home, if they call me and say, hey, I've arrested this person, I got this report done, can you review it? I can log on home and do it, but I mean, it's up to, whatever whatever the town wants to do, so. But it'd be easier if, each of us had a computer, because there'll be times that, like, there's times I sit at home and don't get paid by the town and do like case reports or like, my monthly reports and stuff like that. I just sit at home and, the kids go to bed and I can sit at the kitchen table and do it while I'm watching TV or something, so. But I mean, now that it's an hour position, I'll drive up here and I'll clock in and do it while I'm sitting up here then, so.
I think it's on the agenda, but I think we table it till later date, what we're gonna decide to do.
But I'm just, if the town is, just keeps talking about how they're, don't have money, then it's like, but we're gonna spend all this money to put reserve in. And I get that, you want someone else to be here in town, and that'll be something else. If you'll have to try to find somebody that is like not working, that's retired or something to do that spot, because I mean, if they're gonna be working during the day, it's the same as me working during the day, and I'm here in the evening times. So, but if you're wanting somebody that's here during the day, I'll find somebody that's retired or works nights or something that can do stuff during the daytime. So I'm just
But it would
throwing it out
be
there.
volunteer, it wouldn't be paid, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, we can't.
no, okay.
Yeah.
We can't go that route.
Well, I understand there is some funds in the, fire safety, I think,
Yeah.
Public
that
safety.
would take care of maybe the, bulletproof vest, which I think possibly the people would have a gun, the one that we are kind of considering. Won't mention names right now because I don't know for sure about that, but there wouldn't be as many funds, expenses, what you would be saying, is what I'm
But
saying.
if that person is employed by the sheriff's department, then, if they have a gun supplied by the sheriff's department, then that person's gonna have to get approval from the county council and the county commissioners and the sheriff that has purchased that gun before they can use it in town, because that's a liability for the county if that gun's used here in town. You see what I'm saying? And if I've heard rumors that it's Scott Peebles, and if it is Scott Peebles, then the town's gotta look at, there's case laws that he gets paid Monday through Friday from the fire department. And so he can't work as a reserve for free during those times of business because he can't,
It's conflict. man.
Okay,
yes, because you can't say that, you're getting paid by the fire department.
Yeah.
And you do something, there's a whole, issue
Yeah.
with that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just, there's the little things you gotta
Yeah.
look at, in the long
Those are
run,
things
so.
that just have to be worked out,
Mhm.
in time.
well, there's gonna be growing pains with this. And
Yeah.
We'll have to
We will
work through
be.
it. We'll have to work through them. I mean,
Yeah.
Anything else, public safety? Anything on parks? Any adjustments?
Really just,
well,
did you have something on Parks Lake?
No.
Okay.
Any public comments?
Did you guys approve the salary resolution?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, all right, yeah. Just wanna make sure, is it what, I didn't see it on.
They did, and they voted to do a cap, but do it as what it is now. Not the cap, but what their
The longevity.
longevity.
Oh, but you did vote on the resolution though tonight.
yeah,
That sets them for next, I didn't have longevity in it and all that, we'll have to fix that next month, but we'll need to fix that next month.
Yeah. But they did vote, yep. They signed the paper.
Luke?
I'd like to ask the town if they could lock the gates going to the ball field. There's gates there that can be locked. I live where I can see the west entrance to the ball field. I spend a lot of time sitting in my sunroom, so I see that, anything goes on there. And there's some weird stuff goes on there. About 2 weeks ago, I'm gonna just give you a couple for instances. 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was a pickup, came up Chestnut Street, pulled in just across the ditch, sat there with their lights on, well, they didn't have their lights on. I don't remember if they did or not. But it was dark, but I could see people, they had their lights on, so I could see people moving around the truck from the headlights. Sit there for 5 minutes, messing around, I don't know what they were doing. Backed out, went back down Chestnut Street. I can't even tell you what kind of pickup it was. It was dark. It was a dark color. Had lights on the top of the cab. It was all on. Right, then 2 weeks ago, there was a older Ford 16-passenger van pulled in there, drove almost back to the corner, turned around, drove part way out. The guy got out of it and ran back to the corner. And then he was back there a few minutes, come walking back up to the van. Gets in, I can see 2 people, at least 2 people in the van moving around. I don't know what's going on. Then they left and went east. Went to 71. I don't know if he went on east or went south. So then 2 hours later, probably, I was in Montezuma, had been to church, and I was leaving, I'd been to Dollar General, started back home, and met that van coming off the bridge heading east. What he's doing up there, I have no idea, you know, just weird stuff goes on.
I don't have any problem locking the gates up, but we're not using it.
Can you lock it since it's an easement to someone else's property? I mean, because that's an easement to whoever owns that field and the property adjacent to it. I don't know if you can lock that or not, because that's the only way that person gets to the property. I don't know.
Are there gates on the east end?
Chain, there's a chain.
There's change?
Okay.
Okay.
That's the chain.
You look at a map, to understand what you're talking about, CB, but if you can, if it's our property and somebody else has easement to go across it,
Yeah, I didn't know.
you can, if I remember correctly, you can block it, but you have to provide them with key.
What's the access, yeah?
Access. I thought you were talking about somebody driving on the ball field.
No,
No.
The driveway going around too.
you know, people go in there, a lot of them walk dogs out there where kids play ball. I don't think that's a good thing either. They don't walk dogs, they let them out in the gate into the ball field where they can run all over. Make messes for kids.
I think lock it, what you guys opinion.
Well, I think we need to figure out who needs access to it before we go locking it. Or we lock it and wait.
I know who got built is Joe Hendricks. He's got access down by the my house, just said,
Okay.
you got access there.
I was thinking.
Then we.
Well, but who owns the old septic area that's Steve Phelps?
No, that's, got me in Naples, Bonnie Bill's daughters.
Colorado. He lives in
Oh,
Colorado.
Colorado now, okay, they was.
So he's not gonna be showing up anytime soon.
He comes monthly probably.
Oh, really?
Uh,
I think,
Checks on the place.
I think before we lock it up though, we ought to figure out who we need to provide the access to.
And who locks it? Like, is that a Brent thing? Who does that?
I knew that.
Several years ago, the town put the gates up there and they locked them for a while and they haven't been locked for years.
They're blocked up right now because there's,
You know,
all there is holding is dirt and they're so heavy that they,
right.
Oh,
we could make them hold with a chain in the lock, but
right.
the chain side on the north side would be the worst part, trying to, because they can drive right out the field, right around. the
Right.
place.
Yeah.
At least
You'd really have to be working at it, or, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be more than just rolling on
How
the
often
property.
would you have to unlock them, Brent? Like, how often does anyone need to be access to that?
just during the fall season usually. And in the spring when Joe plants that west field, probably.
I think that was put in so that during ball season, they had somebody get hurt, the rescue squad would go down.
That's the north road,
That's no.
not the one he's talking
No,
about,
you
the gates. Because the rescue truck couldn't make it turn, it's too tight, back in that northwest corner.
Well, I'm saying is you wouldn't wanna, during ball season, have to lock that and unlock it on a daily, would you? I mean, plus, you know, yeah.
Yeah. I say I have to leave it open during ball.
Yeah.
You'd have
That's
to leave.
an idea I had, because if weird stuff goes on there, to me, nobody's got any business in there.
No,
Except the
no,
farmers.
right.
I don't think they've been doing anything destructive though, have they?
I don't know what they do back here. It seems awful strange for me, for a guy driving their van, turn around, drive partway out, get out of the van and run back where he was.
I know I sit out there in the evening time, sometimes late at night, do paperwork or whatever. I sit there in that grassy lot, go in there, sit, but. I thought I'd go back in there to check on the buildings I drive around, to check on the concession stand and stuff.
I know there's a geocache back there. People have been participating in that or not hurting it.
Anybody else got anything? Got you got anything?
I don't think so. I mean, got a lot of catching up to do, but little bits at a time.
It's got the public notice on the buildings all left. Per Jeremy Birch, the state SRF's already approved all everything, they're waiting on your,
Public notice.
that's what he sent me.
I know redevelopment commission is meeting tomorrow and we'll probably award that contract.
For a building. I'm talking about-
Yeah, for demo. So that is a question though, that I'm glad you jumped that first. I talked to Kelly Somerville last night about it. I don't know how quick, Jeremy give you any kind of ETA yet?
That's not approved, we're waiting on the public notice.
Oh,
Let's say December 17th, I think. it's on there.
I don't know how quickly. I saw Dustin Whalen this evening. He's coming he's HWC guy too. You got different people there, so I'm not sure how much they know what the other one hand knows what the other one's doing, but, I don't know what the contractor's intent would be as far as getting started, if they're thinking about trying to do it before Christmas, or they're gonna wait till after the year. So, it's gonna be, I don't know, you know, I'll try and
This says SRF has approved it per addendum environmentally and technically. We're just waiting on the public notice to be published on 12/17.
Okay, there must be some sort of notice they have to publish about an amendment.
Okay.
Preliminary engineering.
Well, I hope we'll have the building before they tear it down.
I don't know that you will. That's gonna be the issue. Even if they, you're gonna hit Christmas, so they're probably not gonna be out here building it closer to get material. And so I think you're probably gonna lose the building before your new one's ready. So it's a very good potential.
I was gonna say, let's put up some tents.
Get us a secret. We can lock all the brass and stuff in a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I may have a better idea after tomorrow about when they're gonna start on the demo, but we'll make sure that, you know, there's notices to proceed that we have to issue them and all that. We may be able to drag it a little bit on that. So I'm just looking to encourage HWC and to coordinate with you and with themselves.
Well, in March, I'm going to have my right knee replaced, so if anything can be done before that.
I think it'd be done before March.
I
I think it'd be done before March. Are they putting concrete for that? And they have full for
I can get some heat in it. It's compacted, it's ready to go right now.
Well, maybe it'll warm up.
Yeah.
Indiana.
I would think that part's not disappointing.
No,
So what happens after that's demoed? What are they gonna do with that land?
then it had to be planted in grass for,
It does,
For
there's a
so many years.
requirement that for 3 years it can't be sold. Now, you can ask them to waive that requirement if somebody were to come by and
offer us $1 million for
Not a deal.
so, yeah, the county would be the county's intent would be to try and get somebody to buy it who's going to do something, not just sit back on the tax roll. Yeah, not just leave it sitting there.
Yeah.
And it's a long story that hopefully the gentleman who owns the post office will be joining us tomorrow about possibly building the post office, new post office building, but I don't know about that, I'm sure. I mean, that's a possibility, but there's a lot of things that would have to line up correctly, and then this would be torn up.
it. Well, that'd be wonderful.
That's why I don't think it'll happen, it's too
Too good?
good, so.
Yeah.
But hopefully he'll be able to join us tomorrow. I've spoken to him, so, we'll see.
Nobody asked anything, I came.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay.
All right.
We need to. See on the.
You got a lot of that.
How you can see that. Yeah.
Which mess you want to start with?
Sure.
I can look.
No,
you know, they're getting caught up somewhat.